Fast is sexy, scalable is cool, but if your startup can't flex, it won't last. You hear it everywhere. Speed is the new currency. But here's the hard truth. Some of the fastest growing startups also hit the ground the hardest. Operational efficiency might get you off the ground, but only adaptable efficiency will help you survive the storm. This is the strategy no one's teaching: how to scale operations without boxing your business into rigidity. If you're building a tech company, running a startup, or selling software in today's volatile market, this message is for you. 60% of startups fail not because they didn't grow, but because they grew in the wrong direction. According to CB Insights, the #1 reason startups fail is no market need. But do you know what hides just beneath that? Rigidity. They built for the market of yesterday and couldn't pivot for today. We're in an era where AI models disrupt customer workflows in 6 months. Tech regulations shift quarterly, and user expectations evolve every single app update. Yet, too many startups are building like it's 2010. Rigid backends, fixed ops, unbendable workflows. This is the speed trap. You scale so fast, you lose your flexibility, and you crash when the world changes. Operational efficiency isn't about being robotic, it's about being resilient. The goal is not to become a machine. The goal is to become a resilient organism, lean, responsive, and able to adapt fast. Take Notion, for example. They streamlined onboarding, embedded templates, and collaborative docs, but they didn't lose flexibility. They built APIs and modular systems that allow teams to build their own ways of working. This is efficiency with elasticity. You get speed without sacrificing the power to adapt. Let the data talk. Efficiency is good. Flexibility is what keeps you alive. Bar graph. According to McKinsey, companies with highly agile operations outperform competitors by 30% in profitability, not just speed. Downward Trend, a 2023 SaaS Trends report, showed that 42% of startups experienced internal slowdowns after automating too rigidly without room for exceptions. Upward Trend. On the flip side, companies that balance automation and flexibility report 2.7x faster product iteration, 38% increase in customer satisfaction, 25% lower employee burnout. This isn't theory, it's math. Rigid ops kill agility. Balanced ops scale empires. Want to know why Airtable wins while others crash? They build systems that adapt, not just scale. Airtable didn't just automate internal ops. They gave power to the end users, allowing them to build custom workflows without engineering bottlenecks. Internally, their teams operate with cross-functional pods, lean documentation, and clear escape clauses for every process. If something isn't working, they drop it fast. Their valuation? Over $11 billion. And they didn't do it by scaling rigid ops. They did it by scaling flexibility. Want the growth blueprint? Here's how you scale without breaking. Let's break down the 4-part framework for building efficient and flexible operations. 1. Automate for repeatability, not complexity. Use tools like Zapier, Make, or Slackbots, but only for repetitive low-variance tasks. If it requires judgment or context, don't automate it. 2. Lean systems, modular thinking. Every workflow should be version-controlled and adjustable. Document the why behind every step, so your team knows when to pivot, not just how to perform. 3. Flexible roles and dynamic teams. Forget fixed hierarchies. Use dynamic squads, rotating leads, and cross-functional communication. It's how Shopify and Intercom scaled while staying fluid. 4. Quarterly ops audits. Every 90 days, ask, what's slowing us down? What's no longer relevant? What system needs a fail-safe or override? Agility is not a one-time feature. It's a recurring decision. You can't automate vision. You can't outsource adaptability. Many founders fall into this trap. They confuse efficiency with effectiveness. They automate customer service before understanding what customers really want. They systemize onboarding before validating user retention. But here's the truth. You need eyes before you build autopilot. Validate manually, then automate. Companies like Figma grew by listening deeply, adjusting often, and only systemizing what had proven ROI. That's why they exited to Adobe for $20 billion. Want to know what it costs to stay rigid? Ask the 44% of startups that die in year 3. Data from Statista shows 10% of startups fail in year 1, 44% fail by year 3, 65% by year 10. And one of the silent killers is inflexibility in operations. You outgrow your systems. You can't hire fast enough to plug the gaps. Your team burns out, and your growth stalls. The cure? Operational elasticity. Build systems that can grow and bend with you. In a shifting market, rigid systems crack, but flexible ones bend and bounce back. If you're a tech vendor, B2B SaaS founder, or marketplace startup, this is how you stay ahead. 1. Build customer support that evolves with product cycles. 2. Structure sales ops that can shift from enterprise to SMB quickly. 3. Design back-office ops that scale globally without rigidity. 4. Train your people to think in principles, not just SOPs. This is the real moat, adaptability built into your DNA. Every empire that lasted had one thing in common, the ability to shift without crumbling. Here's your 7-day challenge. Day 1. Audit one key process. Where is it too rigid? Day 2 to 3. Interview your team. What's slowing them down? Day 4. Identify one low-hanging task to automate. Day 5. Document a flexible version of that system. Day 6 to 7. Implement and test. Then iterate. Because in the world of business, the ones who last aren't the fastest. They're the most adaptable. This isn't just business advice. It's a survival guide for builders, visionaries, and those daring enough to scale something real. So remember, we don't just talk business. We move empires.